Hello, this is just a little addition to my cold wax tutorial. This was the paper we did before, and the dyes have dried a bit. Here's a few little spots, and if you take little spots of wet dye, and I just dab them off, and at this point it's not going to rub the dye off. It's just taking those extra, just cleaning off the lines a little bit. And by all means you can leave them there if you like more texture in your lines. They will dry eventually and not come off. Near the end I'll do a tutorial about what to do with the wax. You can leave it in or you can iron it out, but that will come later. There's one other dried cold wax resist technique that I use, and that's with rubbing. And I happen to have some of these old printing blocks, and they're around. You have to search for them, but sometimes you can find them in antique shops or import shops. This is a particularly lovely one that I've used a lot over the years. So you just put your paper on top of it. I'm not really exact. If you want a pattern really clearly, you could tape this down. I tend to just hold it, and that works for me. And then you take your wax. You try to keep this still. Otherwise, you're going to get very blurry wax lines. And I'm rubbing the candle on the side for better coverage. And you don't want to be digging into the holes. You want to just get the texture, the carved texture that's on top. And just keep holding on, even if it moves like that. I think it moved a little bit. Back. Now again, I'm not looking for perfection, I'm just looking for some pattern. And in the end, I'll probably use this in pieces and little bits that I put together. Now, what color? I kind of like this effect, so I think I could do that again and try it. It's very watery again, and when you do this rubbed technique, the lines are a little thinner and the dye can go under maybe a little more easily. So actually, I'm going to try the yellow just because this seemed to be the least runny color. This is the yellow brush. Okay. It gets a bit messy sometimes. You can be more or less messy depending on your character. There we go. Look at that. Now, I want to get that. I think I want to keep brushing it to get the excess liquid off. I could even take a dry, fluffy brush because I can see that it's wet and it's sitting there, and I don't want it to go underneath the pattern. There. And then you'll have a subtle blue and green color in this case. I probably would have tried the pink if it hadn't been so watery. And that is rubbing with cold wax resist. See you in the next tutorial.